When you think about doing an expedition, people often tend to think you have to fly and go overseas, but actually you can find that sense of adventure here in the UK. That was really important for us, firstly because we want to reduce our flying, but it also logistically made it a lot easier now that I've got a little one at home. We're here to do the 3-lake expedition. We're going to try and pack raft and hike between the longest, highest and deepest lakes in England. It's never been done before. This really is a proper new, exciting challenge, and we have no idea whether we physically are able to do it.
I think, like most people, I found lockdown really hard. In terms of my sense of adventure, like living in a big city, I really struggled with it. Not having access to wild spaces really impacted my mental health. And I think that's one of the things that I jumped back most quickly into after lockdown. It's something that I'm really looking forward to with this expedition particularly.
Although I'm really nervous and I'm no way near as fit as I was before I had a baby, and I've lost like a lot of my confidence in the outdoors, I'm really hoping that I can get a little bit of the old me back and to have a little headspace and build back that confidence that I lost in the pandemic.
My typical expedition is hiking in mountains, but the pack rafting, that's a new challenge that I'm really looking forward to. A bit nervous about, but really looking forward to.
I would say 80% of me feels like I can't do Windermere. I just feel like it's too big. It's absolutely huge. It's going to be about 20 kilometres of kayaking. Windermere is much bigger in real life than it looked on Google Maps.
You can get big dry bags that will fit the whole kit in, but the weight of them was huge. We've got a bit of a make-do approach to how we decided to do this. And everything that's like essential kit is obviously properly waterproof inside. DIY. Venturing DIY. Can't believe we did it! I know. Very achy, but this was the bit I was most worried about.
Yeah, me too.
We nailed it.
So basically, between each kayak, we'll just rinse down the kayaks with fresh water to make sure there's no cross-contamination.
My shoulders are aching, I'm tired and I'm hungry, but it was a really good a sense of achievement. I'm looking forward to tomorrow quite a lot now.
So we're heading towards Helvellyn to get to Red Tarn, which is the highest lake in England that we're aiming for. I wonder how many people have paddled, if at all, Red Tarn.
This strap is too long, so I'm having to create a bit of a buffer here. Someone somewhere needs to invent packs for short people, because that is digging right into my bum instead of on my hip.
It's been quite a tough morning actually. Emma, bless her, has been suffering. Her bag's really not suitable for her and it's rubbing loads in her back.
I've obviously used it many times, but I've never used it with 18 kilos worth of weight in it. So I left my pack on the top of Helvellyn.
We're going to share the kayak. We did consider doing it both in one, but we don't want to risk it.
Yeah.
So we're going to go one across and then the other, when we'll switch and the other will come back.
I've decided to give just the kayaking elements to our wonderful filmmaker Roxy, just so that I can do the rest of the hike, because I've started like my hips and my back have started swelling up and they started cutting off a couple of nerves, and so I started getting some weird feelings like in my shoulders and my knees, and it just started to get quite unpleasant. And I got to the point where I was like, if I carry on, I'm just going to have an injury. Basically, I'm going to hurt myself.
We did really good. We covered a lot of miles, but it's like pushing 9 o'clock, if not past 9 o'clock. And we're tired and we can't find anywhere to camp. So we're gonna have to keep hiking, which we're like both really at our limits now. So I just had a little cry because I find it really hard that we haven't had signal. When I left, my daughter wasn't feeling very well and I found it very tough and very torn as a mum leaving her, and I'd just really like to be able to check in, get a message to know she's okay, and emotionally find that more difficult than I thought I would actually. This is not a good day for a paddle.
This is not a good day for a paddle.
Yeah.
We're inside the tent for like the last hour, like rain beating down, like walls shaking. We're like, great.
Yeah, not really feeling it today.
No.
Very damp, very achy. Oh, yesterday was really tough.
Yeah.
I found yesterday an absolute slog.
We named it the day of slog in a bog. Yeah, we had a nice lunch on top of high rise. Then we got lost for like 2 hours. We did 5k more than we set out to do, which was brilliant, but everything hurts.
That's brutal. Kayak like with everything you've got and still go backwards.
It started off, it was probably about 15-mile-per-hour winds.
Yeah.
And it was like sluggish.
Yeah, but you were making
we were
progress.
managing, and then suddenly
section.
it like ramped up. It was like 25-mile-per-hour wind. I'm thinking we pack up, head to the ends, and then we can kayak downwind and then back to here. So we've done a special for the lake in our own way.
Unique way.
Yeah, I just think we can't go back into that really.
I think we made the right decision by a country mile, to be honest, I really do. It was actually enjoyable with a tailwind.
And it's all a learning curve, like we have no idea what we're doing with Packrafts. We've never done it before, and that was kind of part of the fun, and I guess we knew that we would need to adapt.
I've fallen in love with packrafting. It's not a sport I've come across before, but it's just spectacular. I've already spent like hours and hours of the hiking planning, oh, what can I do next?
One thing I think that's perhaps different with this adventure, with previous adventures that I've done, and I think we're both in the same place, that actually we're like much easier on ourselves, and we've let go of this idea that something has to be achieved or we have to do it within a certain amount of time. So we adapted. We can take the easier option, that's okay. And I really like that we found that middle ground. Rather than beating ourselves up, this was about giving ourselves some headspace and challenging ourselves and feeling good about ourselves and boosting our confidence. I wouldn't do anything differently. If you asked me if I would do it again right now, I'd probably say no. If you ask me in a week, I'd be like, yeah, sure.
It's fine. It's fine. It'll all be fine. What is it? Fine.